Hi, today is October 2nd, 2020, day 2 of our Las Vegas to Pittsburgh virtual GOTV for GVP tour. My name is Andrew Patrick, and I want to thank you so much for being with us. Today, we are lucky to be joined by Congresswoman Kim Schrier of Washington's 8th District. Congresswoman Schrier was elected in 2018. She is a member of the House Gun Violence Prevention Task Force and has co-sponsored multiple gun violence prevention bills in this historic session of the House of Representatives. Congresswoman Schrier, I want to thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Andrew. I'm happy to be here. And hopefully, the next session of Congress will be even more remarkable because we'll get these bills passed.
And we might have a friendlier Senate and maybe a friendlier White House, and we'll see what happens. Congresswoman, you represent part of King County. King County is one of the states that have utilized the Extreme Risk Protection Order, ERPO, one of the best in the country, really. You're a co-sponsor of the ERPO Act in the House of Representatives. How can you expect, if we do have a bigger majority in the House for gun violence prevention and a friendlier Senate, how can you expect this bill to move forward in the next Congress to bring this life-saving bill to more states?
You know, the Extreme Risk Protection Order is just a really good common sense way to reduce gun violence. And it gives the ability to families, to closely related people, even to the police, to temporarily remove guns from the possession of people who pose an immediate threat to themselves or to others. And we know that so much crime and violence is committed spur of the moment, impulsively, burst of anger, and also so many suicides. And so if you have a family member that is looking at their son and saying, or a husband, right, and saying, he's depressed, I've never seen him like this, we got to take this gun away, they can go to the court and appeal that, and it can be temporarily removed, potentially saving a life of him or others. And this has bipartisan support in the House, and I think it would pass the Senate too.
Yep. Yeah, like you said, we have the data about this. In King County, a recent study by a researcher at Johns Hopkins showed that 40% of the ERPOs used were on people at risk of self-harm. So it absolutely is a suicide prevention tool that is extremely important.
For me, I have to, as you know, before being a member of Congress, I was a pediatrician. So it was a very common question for me to ask if a depressed teenager, in particular boys, but I asked everybody, is there a gun in the house? Because I know that that is a huge risk factor for, contemplating suicide, going to actually following through. And so having this available is so important. Before I could talk with families about it, theoretically, like, can you lock it up? Can you get it out of the house? Well, this is a way to really get it out of the house.
Absolutely. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining us. Can you tell our followers and supporters how they can get involved in getting out the vote in your re-election effort?
Well, first of all, thank you all to your commitment to end gun violence. It is a priority of mine, as you can tell. I would love to have your support. We need phone bankers, text bankers. This is going to be it already is, a very tight election. I'm in a very difficult district. I'm one of the women who flipped a seat from red to blue for the first time ever in 2018. And so if you believe in having a pediatrician in Congress to go to bat for gun safety and protect our children from gun violence, please come and help support me.
I think a lot of people certainly do support that. Well, thank you so much, Congresswoman. It was a pleasure talking to you, and I want to wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much. Best wishes to you too.